Hey everyone, I'm Brian, and I want to invite you on a journey through the book of Genesis. Each week we're going to be unpacking just a small little portion of what there is to understand in the book of Genesis. And so this week we are starting off Genesis 1:1. That's it, just the one verse. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And that's it. But there's so much to learn just from this one simple verse. In the beginning. I mean, that means that there was a beginning of something that before that was not the beginning. And so what is this the beginning of? Well, I think it's helpful to understand who this book was written to. It does have application for us today, but it was written to the ancient Israelites with a very specific message for them, that you are the people of God, that you are called to be distinct, and that you're gonna go out and bless the world around you. But there's some things that the Israelites have to understand before they can step into the fulfillment of the promise of being a people that would bless all other nations. And it begins with the distinction of who they are. And so God is speaking directly to them so that they can understand their identity. Without that understanding of who God is speaking to, we can draw all sorts of unhelpful conclusions from the book of Genesis. So this is the beginning of the relationship between God and his people, the people of God and their journey with him throughout the ages. Now, the word that the Hebrew uses for God is Elohim. It's a generic word. It's like when we talk about God. That can be used in many different contexts, but as Christians, we often use it to refer to the one true God. The same thing is happening here in the Hebrew. It's using a generic term that could be used to refer to many other gods. What's really interesting about this is that it uses the plural form. So it's in the beginning, God's created the heavens and the earth. Now, I'm not saying that there are multiple gods, nor am I saying that the text is assuming that there are. But it uses this not to talk about the multiplicity of God, but the magnitude of God. Again, we have to remember who this is being written to. This is being written to the people of God who are surrounded by all sorts of other nations, nations that worship other gods. And so this is in reference to the trueness of who God is, the magnitude of who God truly is, that he is the creator, not these other gods. And what does he do? He creates the heavens and the earth. For the ancient Israelite, this would mean that God has created everything. There's nothing that he hasn't created. For them, their cosmology was that the earth was this flat disk, and there was this solid dome that came up around top of it, and across the dome, the stars would go, and the moon, and the sun. Heavens here really is referring to the skies, not to heaven like we think about in the book of Revelation, or that Jesus is talking about the kingdom of heaven. That's not what this is referring to. It's really just referring to the sky. So in the beginning, the one true God created everything. But he didn't just create everything. It's not like he just put some stuff together and there it was. The word created here is very important as well. In the Hebrew, that's bara. And bara is only used for the creation of God. It's a divine creation. There are 3 times that the Bible uses this to describe what humans do. But really, in essence, in those passages, they are living out the will of God in that moment. And so they are a tool being used by God to create. And so this word is very specific and used very purposely to say that what happened had to be done by the one true God. This was no accident. The one true God created everything that exists. We're going to move on next week into what God actually began to create, the specifics in Genesis 1 that the Bible lays out that God has created and how he did it. I'd love for you to become part of the discussion. If you've got any comments or questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. We'll see you next week.